Morning to everyone. Namaste to all. Yesterday we spoke about the fear that we all have. And the fear is about that there is something evil, there is something negative that constantly impacts me. And as long as I'm thinking that there is something negative that is impacting me, somewhere subconsciously, I do believe that the negativity and evil is stronger than God. And that is stronger than the divine. How much ever we claim and how much ever we say that I surrender to God, people use different names. We say Krishna will take care of it. Shiva will do that. Jesus will do that. My Devi will do that. But when it comes to problems, no matter what, the subconscious mind still believes. Because then we believes that this negativity is stronger than the power of the divinity. And that's why the fear of black magic, fear of somebody has done something, fear of, and being in this cycle or the vicious circle of somebody saying negative and that constantly impacting us. So there is a positive, there is a negative, probably both are the body of judgment. On a bigger platform, it unfolds because there is a reason behind it. It is the quality we disapprove of and the quality we choose to possess, and nothing more than that. Whether it is Krishna, whether it is Shiva, whether it is Jesus, this is the quality that they have that we choose to possess. But in our mind, it is being attached to a particular figure. And before we realize, we get succumb to that psychology of fear, doubts, and not believing that I have the power and the divine is me, the God is within me. And no matter whatever we may perceive as a problem, this power is bigger than that. So it was very well said that, somebody said that, like you may have 1,000 problems and you may be saying that, this is my problem, that is my problem. But rather than going to God every day and saying, God, this is my problem, get me out of it. Go to your problems and tell your problems, my God is much bigger than and much powerful than you. And here we are believing that we connect to the seventh plane, that God is within us. So today we will work on releasing our fears. One session is not enough to clear them completely, but at least we open up a door. And the windows and the doors which are shut and jammed, and probably we have not opened them for we do not even know how many years, this lifetime, how many lifetimes. We at least oil them, we open them a little bit to allow to believe that the power is within me and I can and I choose to operate from the power within me and the divinity within me. Is this clear? Anybody has a question here before I start? If anyone has a question, very quick, because the release will take time. No one? Sure? Or it is still 9 in the morning, and probably for Corey it is still 5:30 in the morning, and people are still waking up. Does not look like people are still waking up. It looks everyone is ready to release and everyone is wishing. I wish आज मेरा सब problem खत्म हो जाए. I wish I come out of this. And that's why I said the god of medicine and Dhanvantri, I said it has to be there because this is medicine Buddha. And this is God of medicine. So whether it is yoga or yoga, whether it is Ayurveda, like everything came from Lord Dhanvantri. So let them guide us as we awaken that power within us. All of you ready? Take any of your hand. You can tap it, you can rub it, you can move your hands on your knees from in to out, in to out. Anything is fine. You can say what I say loudly, you can listen to it in the mind, and then there will be 7 deep breath. Although the fight between good and evil is probably happening from millions of years, probably from the time the existence came. I do not even know from what time it has come. There are many stories in the mythological book which again speaks about good and evil. May that be the story of Samudra Manthan and how when the pot of Amrit came, which had the power for anyone never to die and live, or it was the poison or the wish, zahar, which had to come out. And but that was also because what it described was the fight between the goodness and evil, the Dev and Rakshas. So the demonic energies and the divine energies. So before I came down on this earth, probably for lifetimes, I have seen, witnessed, and heard only about the battle between the good and the bad. And that made me believe that there is something which is divine in nature and there is something which is demonic in nature. And before I realize, I get so succumbed and pulled into this thought process and a constant struggle to be at the side of the divinity and to fight the demonic energies within me and around me, and to fight the evil that I didn't even realize that what I'm creating is to constantly remain the body of judgment and to constantly judge any incident, any experience, any human, any act, any thought, any statement into two parts, good or evil, good or bad, and constantly wanting to avoid, reject, or fight the evil, and wanting to have only and only the goodness, but not realizing and not understanding that all this comes from the parameters of judgment and it cages my thought process and gives a lot of space to the fear of evil and constantly makes me believe that I have to fight the evil and makes me not only vulnerable to the evil but makes me attract the evil because if my subconscious mind believes that I have to fight the evil, that is possible only and only when people around me act as evil. And when my own characteristics, which I may perceive as evil, surface up, and then a part of my consciousness rejects it and feels guilty and judges myself as evil. It's a constant cycle, and that goes on impacting my physical health, my physical self, my mental self, my emotional self, my spiritual self, not realizing if I surrender all these selves to the divine self and invoke the divine in me today. The divine in me, which is in reality the divine, the supreme, is powerful enough to transform anything into the molecular structure of divinity. Because in reality, there is nothing good, nothing evil. It is a concept created by us for us to set rules. And somewhere we believe that without the fear, we cannot follow the rules. I still choose to deeply and completely love and accept that part of me and heal and integrate that part of me. I still choose to deeply and completely surrender the unhealed physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual self of mine to the healed divine self of mine. And let the divine self of mine take care of and transform the unhealed physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual self of mine now, totally and completely, with the energy of and the molecular structure of love, which transforms any energy. Put the hands on your chest, 7 deep breath. Breathe in through the nostril, all the divinity. Breathing out through the mouth, all the heaviness and any need to be stuck in the cycle of fear. Rub your karate chop again and say, although there is so much of grief, sorrow, anger, resentment, grudges, hatred surfacing up in my heart as I surrender all my different selves to the divine self. As there is so much of backlog at my physical level, at my emotional, mental level, at my spiritual level. And a part of me is unable to understand that people did wrong to me. They still continue doing wrong to me. The anger that I could not express to them when they did wrong to me in the past, what I wanted to cry it out, and the grief that is unexpressed. I don't know what to do about it because these people around me just keep on doing wrong. Whether it is through their words which hurts me, whether it is through their action which hurts me, whether it is that I heard from people that it is the black magic, and whether I claim that I don't believe in any sort of black magic, or whether I don't claim and I actually feel fearful of black magic. But a part of me does get trapped into the fear and does not know what to do about it and is helpless and feeling hopeless. No matter how much ever and how many stories of the mythology that I may hear, that Prahlad was saved when Holika said, because of he was connected to the divine, and many, many more stories that my Vedic scriptures speak about. But a part of me says that this is simply a story and probably it happened, and I still go to burn the holy, but I do not believe that this is possible for me also in this fire of negativity, in that lap of negativity where I am sitting, that I also come out of it untouched, alive, and not being hurt by it. It's very difficult for me to believe that it is possible for me, the divine is with me, I am the divine, and all the devotion in me being so strong that nothing can touch me, nothing can hurt me. And let me be connected only to the divinity within me. It does not matter to me what is the thought process of others, and I focus on my own growth, my own journey. It all sounds simple in the books, but when it comes to reality and practicals, how is it possible? Who doesn't want to remain positive? Who wants to fight the evil all the time? And this consciousness is not just from this lifetime, probably any form that I lived on the fourth plane as an ancestor, the vows and the oaths that I might be carrying, the impact of the curses or the blessings, promises or the obligations which is impacting me. Probably, even in the form of an ascended master or an angel, or even a higher self, a council on the fifth plane, but still tied down by all this vows, curses, oath, contract, commitment, promise, obligations, and blessings, which is not allowing me to liberate myself. May that be in the form of a crystal, may that be in the form of a plant, may that be in the form of an animal and the multiple human lives that I may have lived in. Which one to correct? How many imprints? How is it possible for me to release all of them and connect to the molecular structure of unconditional love and that huge sense of knowingness that I am the divine, I am the power, and I have the birthright to choose joy and happiness over anything, and that it is completely possible. I still choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself and heal and integrate that part of me. Both the hands on your chest, 7 deep breath. Breathe in through the nostril, all the positive energy. Breathe out through the mouth, all that you have stored in your heart, which is making you heavy, which is making you vulnerable, which is making you sick. May that be surfacing up in the name of cancer. May that be surfacing up in the name of relationship issue. May that be surfacing up in the name of career blocks or roadblocks. May that be surfacing up in the way of pain, arthritis, acidity, cyst, anything. Breathe in light, breathe out all the clutter without you having to imagine a particular thing. Just allow the flow to come in. Just keep on breathing in through the nostril, keep on breathing out and allowing your body to be lighter and lighter with every breath. Each inhalation and each exhalation making you lighter and lighter. Now tap on your thymus point. The thymus point is 4 fingers down from your neck on your chest. If you don't know what is a thymus point, you can see. Tap on your thymus point and repeat with me. Change, changing, it is changed. Change, changing, it is changed. From my soul is crying to my soul is happy. From my soul is crying to my soul is happy. Change, changing, it is changed. From being caged, from feeling tied down to seeing the hope of liberating myself and opening up the knots and liberating myself. From feeling sick to feeling good, feeling healthy. From being tied down to being completely open and liberated. From constantly holding on to the thought process of others to allowing the light and the thought process of the divine to enter into me. Change, changing, it is changed. From feeling being stuck in the darkness to start walking in the tunnel with confidence towards the light and to know that I am the light. Change, changing, it is changed. From the concept of death to know there is only life after life. From the need to fight the evil to move beyond the judgment of good and evil and releasing the need to attract any situation to fight. Change, changing, it is changed. Change, changing, it is change from feeling heavy to feeling light, from any concept of being fearful of black magic and the power is with others to let only the magic vibrate in the life. May my mind perceive it as white magic or magical to know that life is magical and miraculous and allowing any energy to vibrate and to be transformed into creating magic in the life, being aware of every thought process, aligning my energies to the energies of divine and invoking the divine within me. Change, changing, it is change from sorrow and grief to feeling happy and joyful. Change, changing, it is changed from believing that nothing can work to knowing that everything is impermanent and I embrace the positive change. I embrace the change in my life and everything is possible. Change, changing, it is changed. Just keep on breathing. And as you keep on breathing, do I have the permission to download and instill the feelings into each one? Creator of all that is commanded that I know what it feels like to understand the concept of good and evil through Creator's definition and perspective and move beyond that. I know what it feels like to move my consciousness. I know what it feels like to liberate myself from any chains that I may have tied down myself with. I know I'm deserving of living happily, and so that I choose that to be. I know what it feels like to allow myself to bring in this flow. I am the body of peacefulness and serenity. I am healthy. I vibrate with health, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Money comes to me from everywhere, and it is easy to earn money. I understand the concept of money on the third plane through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. I am the body of love and I am deserving to feel being loved in every dynamics and every relationship of my life without rejecting the self, without fearing the reject. I know what it feels like to be the body of the love and light without fearing darkness. I am lovable. Into every cell of your body, every area of your life, at all the four level of your beliefs, for your highest and best in the highest and best possible way for each one. Say yes to receive these feelings. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. passing healing to each one present here. And now just visualize as if you are connected with your higher self like a big, bright golden light. And as if you open your palms to receive the light of the higher self. You just simply open them and you visualize at the center of your palm the light coming in. And as if all the light, some may feel even the vibration in the palms, some sort of heat coming into your palms. And now, as that light comes in, command all the fear, any impact of your thought that negativity has impacted me, the negativity of outsiders, of anyone else, focused, unfocused, my own, which has impacted my physical body. I now clear it, and as if you put your hand on your chest, and as if you pull it and just open your palm to release it to the light. Just keep on pulling it and go on releasing it to the light. If you do not understand, probably you can open your eyes and see it in the video as I do it. Just because this is the light you have taken in, and just from your chest, where it is stored, you just release it. You pick it up and you go on releasing it. Just pick it up and go on releasing it. Just clear it, and clear it. And probably can command, creator of all that is, it is commanded that I am connected to the light of my higher self. And all the pain, sorrow, grief, hatred, anger, fear, and a need to fight the evil that I may have stored in my molecular structure be clear and cleansed and be sent to the light of the creator of all that is now. In my highest and best possible way. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Say yes and visualize from your center of your chest all the darkness going in the universe and the beautiful bright light and just getting transformed in the energy of love, light, and healing. And as you do that, creator of all that is, it is commanded that I accept the divinity within me, I accept the God within me, I invoke the God within me. I accept the power within me and I choose to operate with the same, completely being aligned and grounded. I know how to do that through greatest definition and perspective of the seventh plane of creator of all that is. It is safe, it is possible, and I'm deserving of it. Into every cell of your body, every area of your life, at all the four levels of your beliefs. Your highest and best in the highest and best possible way for you. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Creator of all that is, it is commanded to instill these feelings into each one who says yes now and later while watching the video at the level of their readiness, at the level of the readiness of their higher selves. Thank you. Visualize yourself vibrating in light and surrounded by light. And keep on breathing in this light. Feeling lighter, feeling joy, feeling happy. Taking a deep breath in complete energy of alignment and integrating this energy into you. Integrate, integrate, integrate. Balance, balance, balance. Eyes open, wide awake. As and when you are ready, you can open your eyes. All of you who have done and who are present right now today in today's session, please do repeat it. And there are certain processes which is very important to be present. The impact is much more stronger when you are present than you do it later afterwards. If you have done, it is like already being like aligned with your energies. And then when you listen, the benefits are much more powerful. But if you have not present and you are doing it afterwards, many times it is not the same. It does help. So like keep your commitment the way in which you are doing and go on witnessing the changes that unfold into your life. Life is magical, life is beautiful, life is colorful. Celebrating Holi every day as we bring in more colors into our lives. Tomorrow we'll understand mythological concept. Dr. Poonam is coming to explain you. She is traveling to US tomorrow, but in spite of that, she is coming to explain the mythological concept. So in connection with that, as we understand why the Holi is being burned and what is the story and the significance behind it. Any story in the life, our life is also a story, nothing else than that. Is here to teach us and give us a message. And then instill those feelings into each one of us. So I am personally looking forward for tomorrow, as we had understood the 9 forms of Devi during Navratri with her, understanding the significance of Holi, and then we will connect to that energy to do downloads. Thank you so much for joining, celebrating Holi this entire week. Just be colored with a lot of colors, bringing it into your life. Yes, Janara, you can listen to it before going to sleep also. But this releases which we are doing yesterday's and today are very powerful releases because like to invoke and connect to the higher self energy in your palm. Probably you guys may not understand what is being done, but these are certain very, very powerful processes. So you can listen to it, but I would still advise that before that, like, get into your quiet space without any phone interfering you, Shilpa. Let people call. Put it on silent. Our phones are also on silent. Let it be on silent. Does not matter. This is the time you are investing in yourself. And it is not this lifetime. Probably you have no awareness how many lifetimes we have been disintegrated. So if we do not even give ourselves that 30, 40 minutes, and if I exactly when I'm doing, I know 30 minutes are done without opening my eyes. But if the messages go on coming, I don't stop. In fact, a 10 o'clock session I have, but I'm like, I cannot stop it halfway now. So make sure that you give that commitment to yourself to get the best results of it. So this entire week's whatever releases are done are some very powerful releases, including some releases on making money wheel that was being invoked. So do that, and then probably once you get used to it, you can listen to it before going to sleep. It's always going to help you, but don't make it a habit. Listen to it every night before going to sleep. Like listen to it even if you go to sleep, it goes in the subconscious. It's very good. But I want you to do it even during the daytime, imagining that light and all also coming. That's what I'm saying. I also personally listen to it before going to sleep, but during daytime, because I channelize, so I know exactly what was coming. Probably you guys don't know. So do it again. So there will be a moment where you just feel vibration. Suddenly you feel the heat and you are like, oh, this is the energy. That energy has the power to clear. I hope that answers your question. Do it before going to sleep, but do it during the daytime also is a simple one line answer. See you all tomorrow, 9 a.m. Thank you. Lots of gratitude.